What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're here for episode number 15 of the FY22 My Team Career Mode journey. This time around we are heading off to ZANDVOORT, probably one of my favourite tracks on the whole calendar. I'll explain why in a little bit, but if you haven't seen the last episode, make sure you go check that out first, and as you watch Gasly take us out for the second race for the second time in 3 races is what I meant to say. So yeah, if you want to check out the last video, click in the top right hand corner of your screen, or it'll be in the link in the description below if you want to, depending what you want to do. Anyway, heading into Monza, tyre wear blankets on. That's a tyre wear upgrade and a durability upgrade that hasn't gone on. So ZANDVOORT this weekend, a track that is the home race for Verstappen, and all the Dutch fans will be excited to see him coming off a win at Belgium last time out. And for me, I absolutely love this track. It's probably one of my favourite tracks on the F1 calendar because it's a quick lap, but it's got a lot of fast middle sector that I actually love. And you know, with the bankings around here, I just love this track. Anytime I do laps around here in time trial, I just want to keep going. It is so much fun, and I even did a 100% race as Verstappen as well on 100 AI. Well, I was falling behind in that race. I think it was on a 2-stop, and I think the most were on a 1-stop, just like in real life. And yeah, somehow we needed a bit of luck, and thanks to a safety car, lap 48 or whatever, we chucked on a fresh set of tyres, and we were able to be a little bit more competitive that time around. We definitely have a worse car than the Verstappen car in Grand Prix mode. Well, are we? Because we just got P1. We did a quali sim though, and I always think that practice is a little bit harsh. I mean, here I always feel like I have to drop the AI difficulty by a little bit more just to get past some of the programs. But sometimes I've actually underestimated that a little bit. But yeah, getting through all the practice programs and whatnot. I think we rectified that durability upgrade. I think that was something in the turbo, and I think we had a weight redistribution or a weight reduction upgrade also go on. Just checking to see what other upgrades we could do. ERS, that'll get on time for Singapore. That's something to look at. Fuel efficiency for Singapore, definitely. I think Singapore is a little bit harsh on fuel as well. We can't really do anything in the durability department. Weight redistribution, the plank, that'll go on the time for Singapore. Being a street circuit, I'd say that's a handy upgrade to have, so therefore the car isn't really bouncing or dragging that much. So I think that's definitely worth an upgrade. Honestly, I don't think there's any other upgrades to do. So yeah, let's go into qualifying for the Dutch Grand Prix. Alrighty then, here we go for qualifying for the Dutch Grand Prix. We're gonna save our first lap until around 10 minutes to go, unlike Spa when we went out a little bit earlier. This is what I mean. This is why I love the show. Just this middle sector. I like how you nail the middle sector. Didn't quite nail it at turn 8, but yeah, it just feels so good. Also, tyre temps do come up a little crazy, so I definitely had to keep one eye on the tyre pressures at least. Up to the line, we're out of ERS. What's the time anyway? 112.2. I think that was a little bit slower or faster than our practice run in practice quali 1 in practice. So we've got time. We'll chuck another set of tyres on, lower the fuel load. We'll head out. We'll try burn a little bit of fuel, and once again, just play with tyre pressures, just trying to try to get them as perfect as possible so we don't have to worry about them throughout the whole lap. So getting ready for our lap, we let Yuki Tsunoda through. At least Tsunoda knows how to go through, and not anyone else. Amazing. 1 minute to go. We cross the line with 19 seconds to go, and here we go for our Final flying lap in Q1. Through turn 1 we go. I thought a middle line would be good, but no, we've lost 1 and a bit tenths, but we gained a little bit at the exit round. The banking, bit of a high line, and wow, we have literally lost so much time. I honestly thought that was going to be almost the perfect line for us, but apparently it hasn't really worked out. We gained a bit more time in the middle sector, but it's not really as much than what I was kind of hoping. We're 10 down as we enter the third sector. Really like to take a lot of curbing to the entry to the third sector, and then on the run out of 13 and the bacon at 14, we do find a bit more time. We are going to improve, but honestly, it's not as much as I thought, and in the end, I think it's only going to be 18th place for the Dutch Grand Prix. So just over a tenth away. Had we stitched the first sector together, we might have actually been close to getting into Q2. But yeah, honest, that first sector, I was actually surprised on what happened and how far behind we were. Well, it's not all about qualifying; it's all about the race, which is what we have to see what we can make up.
For years, the passionate Dutch fans have been easy to find trackside in races across Europe. Here this weekend, it's even easier to find the Dutch fans as they have a race to call their own once again. A warm welcome to all of our viewers in the Netherlands and around the globe, of course, as we get underway for the Dutch Grand Prix. ZANDVOORT circuit has 14 corners, 10 to the right and 4 to the left, with plenty of steep camber and elevation to keep our drivers on their toes throughout the 2.6-mile lap. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Pierre Gasly and Russell, Bottas, Joe, Verstappen and Mick Schumacher. Norris, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Magnussen and Sir Lewis Hamilton. Skip, Vettel, Ricciardo, they've taken a grid penalty. Lance Stroll and Yuki Tsunoda. Albon, Ocon, Latifi and Oscar Piastri.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Thank you, Mark, and don't you let me down either. Interesting to see that Max is starting a little bit towards the back in his home race. That's not really what you want to see when you're at your home race. But anyway, let's get on with this. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to start on the softs and we're going to finish on the hards. I was tempted to go medium, soft medium, but yeah, tyre wear would be a little bit concerning for us. So we're going to start on the softs, hopefully get a good start, finish on the hards. Rears are still cold. That's not going to be helpful. Away we go. Longer hold than what we've had the last few times. Okay start considering our tyres are still a little cold. We're not going to be as aggressive into turn 1. But yeah, we're going to have to try and make good work of these softs if we're going to move up anywhere. Heading through the first sector, Vettel gets us around the outside. We touch his rear. We're going to try and get a more flowing ride around the outside along the banking. It seems to work in real life, but not in the virtual world, it seems. So Vettel gets ahead of us. Not the greatest of starts, but with cold tyres, it's yeah, I've always struggled on cold tyres on the first lap. Getting off the line anyway. I think that's something we're gonna have to try and address as we go up the inside of Vettel at turn 9. I think that corner is heading towards turn 10 right now. So yeah, we got ahead of Vettel as we go towards the end of the first lap, but Vettel gets a good run out of us. I wonder if the AI are running higher down for us. I did drop the wing level. I think I was originally running 45, 43 wings, so I dropped it to 44, 42. Just so we can have a bit more straight line speed. We go around the outside of Vettel, around the baking at turn 4. Job done. Nice move. Is the baking at turn 3 or 4? I'm not too sure. Well, I'll learn the name of the corners eventually. I know it's a 14 corner circuit. Let's have a look at the replay. Great start from Checo Perez, and he's already ahead of the Ferrari heading into turn 1. Now the Ferraris are fighting for second and third. What a start from Checo. If only Max was further up the field, that would have been what the Dutch fans would have been liking. But it's Checo that leads from the Ferraris. Then Alonso behind. Alonso has done a good job in qualifying to get up that far. Now I think that's Gasly and Russell that are going side by side. They'll have to sort this out before they head up towards the first turn 6 or 7. I don't know what that corner is, but who gets in front? They're still side by side, and I think Russell should fend off them because he'll have the inside for turn 9, and he does end up getting the move done. Now DRS has been enabled, and Lando was a little sideways coming out of turn 10, and we're going to shape up a move. We're going to make it go very defensive, and with enough space given, we will have the job done at turn 11. No, that's turn 12. Turn 11 and 12, sorry. This is turn 13, and the banking is the last corner, turn 14. So, decent start. Even though Lando is a bit of a faster car, we're sort of level with Alfa Romeo, or not really, guys. I think they're a little bit further ahead of us in the performance index. But as long as we can stay with these guys on the softs, maybe get a few places. I'm not sure if I want to be the leader of that train at the moment, because if we are, then chances are they're only just going to fly by us the next lap. So that's not what I want to do. I want to maybe get past Mick, but also stay within the DRS of Zhou if we even thinking about a move right here. Or Mick's a little sideways. This could be an open invitation for us. We are very much up there. Mick squeezes us. I don't know why the AI is squeezing us all the time, but we get through anyway. I thought the move was clean enough, but Mick shut the door quite aggressively. I'm not so sure how you guys see it, but I think, according to the leaderboard, Nice has got past Mick now, so that's not the move I was hoping for. Now we're going to have to try and use a bit of gas out of these tyres to try and catch back up to the DRS of Guan Yu Zhou. I feel like our second sector has been our strongest sector all weekend long. I just feel so connected. The car just feels so connected with the high-speed corners, and yeah, it just feels so good. That's George Russell. That's going very slowly, and Ocon. Is that Ocon or Alonso? But the Alpine and Verstappen had to check up a little bit. I think it might have been Ocon that had to check up. So yeah. Anyway, Max is having a look. Oh, in fact, it is Alonso that was holding up, was slowing down for George. So Fernando makes a mistake, and Max gets through. That'll please the Dutch fans a little bit. Pretty easy move in the end, with Alonso making that mistake. So Max is up a few more, up another place now. We're starting to get towards our pit window now. The start of lap 11. Lando has a look at us. We're going to try and use the baking to go around the outside. There's a little bit of contact, but we get through and hold on for P6, or P6 on the road. It's not going to be P6 for long. So this is a bit of a phase where our tyres are now starting to die off, and I'm sort of struggling to sort of stay with Zhou a little bit, and that's allowing Lando to have these little looks. But I'm pretty sure we are running higher downforce than the rest of these guys behind, but I just really want to break away from Lando. But yeah, look at it, just get at the inside of turn 1. What do we have to do to get away from Lando? Oh, that's how. Him making a mistake at turn 1. That's it. That's easy enough. Now we've got a big gap to work with. Now this will be our push lap, which means that we're going to come into the pits at the end of this lap, and we're going to go onto the hard compound tyres, because mediums will literally die off towards the end of the race. So hard compound tyres will be the way to go. The one thing that we are going to do is the benefit of the undercut. If we can get past some of the cars that we are fighting, the likes of Schumacher and Guan Yu Zhou, if we can get ahead of those guys, they'll have fresher tyre than us, but I've got no doubt that they'll get ahead of us. Lewis comes out ahead of us. I don't think was he in front of us? I don't think he was. So Lewis is ahead of us now. Cold hard tyres. Now we've got Magnussen behind us. Is he what we're fighting? maybe, but I know we're definitely fighting. We are definitely fighting Mick, but K-Mag gets up before the second sector, and now that might not be that bad, because if we could just stick within the DRS of K-Mag, it might be okay, because he is definitely on fresher tyres than Joe and his teammate. So as long as we can stay within the DRS, not fight K-Mag, we might even get the benefit of the undercut later on. That's Max, who's already made us up getting past Oscar Piastri. Oscar doesn't really put up too much of the fight. He knows that Max isn't who he's fighting. K-Mag is sort of starting to break away from us a little bit. I'm not too worried about that at the moment, because I think the others will be pitting in a couple of laps' time. So as long as we're staying with K-Mag and running at our own pace, well, sort of, we are pushing a little bit, then it may not be as bad. But I think this is the lap where the others have made their stop. There is Lando, and I think that's Joe there. Nice lag. So they're going to be on cold time. This will be our best chance to get to us. And Lando's giving us some front wing damage. Lando, what are you doing? Now, the downforce is not going to be as good for us right now, because we've now got some front wing damage thanks to Lando clogging us on the outside. On board now with Lando. Well, gee, the onboard from Lando just doesn't look as bad. So this was my view, and I thought, what is Lando doing? But now going back and look at it, we sort of came up into his line, because I didn't know exactly where he was. Let's have a look at our wing view. In fact, that shark bite on the right end plate was already there. It was already there from somewhere. Rewind back. I just wanted to make sure that there was nothing else. Doesn't really look like it. Lando doesn't look like he's copped any damage either. Well, it's a bit of a question mark, but now we have got some shark bites out of our front wing. We aggressively defend from Lando. We're going to make him go the long way round, and we should be able to hold the entire. I feel like this car really defends well, and I think we do a really good job at defending our position. Anyway, so Joe is now ahead. He should be able to shrink away from Kevin Magnussen. If he can, as long as he can get out of that DRS. But Lando, I find it pretty hard. To stay with these guys right now. The front wing damage might have just about cost us a potential points finish. Nice little lag again. So yeah, that's the damage has certainly cost us. And there, you can just see Lando breaking away. Now Mick Schumacher is going to have a look at us at turn 1, but we're not going to give up that easily. He uses the banking a little bit. That doesn't really work out too much in the virtual world, it seems. And we're gonna just defend the inside, move it to the highlight, and get a nice slingshot run out of the banking. So the middle sector isn't going to be our strong point anymore. Now that we've got our front wing damage, but we haven't been using too much of our battery. To this point anyway, so now that we've got enough battery, we could potentially hold off the others for now anyway. This is Lando having a look at K-Mag into turn 1. He's got fresher tyres than K-Mag. Kevin gets a nice run around the outside. How has the AI not been able to do that with me? Maybe I've just got a car that's just too wide for those guys at the moment. What I have also noticed is how the cars, it gets so close to my gearbox from the banking up to turn 6, 7. I don't know what that corner is as you enter the second sector, but they choose not to move, and that's something that I'm a little bit nervous about at first, but a little bit of relief in the end. So yeah, we're holding off K-Mag at the moment. We're ticking over the laps. I'm almost praying for this race to finish as quickly as possible. Lando got past K-Mag a few laps ago, must have been a few laps ago, but just have a look at this. Look how K-Mag is all over my gearbox, but he doesn't go for that move up the inside. He just holds back. If this was real life, they'd be, no doubt, would be doing the same thing as well. He's a little bit further back this time, and I know that K-Mag and we both know that he's too far back to even think about sticking the nose up the inside. But every time I do nail the corners in the middle sector very well, and but this time we do have a bit of breathing space, a little bit. But look how rapidly he's closing, and we do leave him a little bit of space, but we do get the more flowing run around the outside at turn 1, which is something that I feel like this car is so strong, even though the AI might be running lower downforce than us. I still think this car is so suited to this track, and it'll be interesting to see how the car, what the car feels like actually in Monza next time out. What I have also noticed from Monza is that the AI run 0-0 wings, or others run 0-0 wings around Monza. I'm not so sure about that, as we
I've got some information on Alonso. Okay, they're out of this race.
Oh dear, the bad luck continues for Fernando Alonso. He retired in the early stages in Hungary, and it looks like he's retiring with 2 laps to go. The engine just could not live with it. Listening on board, he's actually coasted into 11 and 12, and yeah, he might have been told to just back off and park it. There goes the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So now the yellow flags are still deployed. We were running a little bit low on fuel, and Mick has rear-ended us while we were just coasting through the little chicane. But I'd be surprised if Mick can't hold on, and he's boxing for a new front wing with 1 lap to go. And Leclerc, he sets the fastest lap, and he wins. And if you look at the lead, the map, Mick has literally finished his race in the pit lane. So now, last lap, Tsunoda is our biggest threat at the moment, P11. Yeah, we're in right now. And if you look, Zhou is 12 seconds ahead. We give Tsunoda a bit of space. Had we not had that front wing damage, we could have been fighting for points in this race. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it would have been interesting to see what would have happened if we didn't have that front wing damage. Anyway, but through the 3rd sector now, we just got to hold on just for these couple of corners, avoid the inside curb at 13, and should be able to full throttle up to the line without them getting any benefits of a DRS, but they are going to get DRS. Here comes Tsunoda. Does he get us up to the line? I don't think he does. It's 11th place.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Natalie Pinkham, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions, and perfecting the team strategies. They got all those things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
Ferrari are at it again. An excellent performance at today's Grand Prix, and they're certainly a team that know what they're doing out there.
And they know how to bounce back after Verstappen won the last race. So Leclerc gets on top again. He is on a march towards the championship. I said that if Max was any chance of retaining the number 1, he had to literally win every race. And right about now, I'd say that chance is pretty much over. There's only 7 races to go. It's been a long enough season already, 15 episodes in, and yet the first video we made was 3 months ago. So it's a long season. There's still a long way to go in this season, of course, but what I can tell you is we are going to be running a reduced season from season 2 onwards. So close to points once again. Well, 9 seconds off if you think about it. That is a long way. But you know, as I said, if we didn't have that front wing damage, who knows what could have happened. We could have been fighting Zhou. We could have been P9 maximum. Was definitely going to be the maximum we probably would have gotten. So look at that. Leclerc, he's 56 points. He's 2 races clear of Sainz at the moment. I do wonder if it's going to be team orders from here on in for Ferrari. Just want to get the points that they need, and 273 points ahead in the standings anyway. And for us, top 10 for points for a points finish at the end of the year would be a darn good, and you know, 8th, 9th, that'll also be fairly decent for the constructors as well. And as long as we can retain Oscar for next season as well, that is literally the aim. So the aim is to finish the season on a high, save the cash, save all the resources, and build this car for getting ready to get this car for a big season in season 2, which will be the next season. Reduced season, as I said, it's a long 22 races is a long season, so we are going to be running a reduced season. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you are new to stay up to date with any more F1 and racing game content. So yeah, absolutely love this circuit. It's probably one of my favorite tracks to race around, in all honesty. But if you guys are liking this kind of content, if you make sure you stay tuned for what else there is to come. If you want to see, you know, something different on the F1 22 game, just name it in the comments below, and I will do whatever it is. I haven't been able to do co-op at all during this season because, you know, I don't really have anyone else who's sort of around my pace and who could be kind of up there battling for fringe points or fighting for or being a proper championship rival, if you know what I mean. But I'm not really interested in the manager manager mobile game as well. So yeah, it's tough. But if you guys really want to see anything else in this F1 22 gameplay, then name it in the description below. Until the next one for the Italian Grand Prix, for the next episode, I'll see you guys next time.